In this screencast, I'll be walking you through the chat stations activity, which will have you discuss realistic scenarios with your peers based off of our community guidelines. So this is the first slide. It's just a title. The second slide gives you the instructions for the activity. I'm going to read the steps and explain what you're supposed to do in each step, and then I'll move on to the next slide. So step one is asking you to read all of the scenarios in the slides below. So that's the very first thing you should do before commenting, is read through all of the slides, actually all of the scenarios. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but you'll do that at your own pace. You have plenty of time to read through them, so make sure you find enough time to not only read the scenarios, but also to comment and respond to your peers. The second step is for at least two of the scenarios, make a comment that answers the questions. Does the scenario follow our community guidelines? Explain. And if the scenario doesn't follow the community guidelines, how can it be adjusted so that it does? So you're not required to comment on each scenario. You should do that for at least two of them. But if you would like to do more than two, by all means, please feel free to go ahead and do that. But these are the two questions that you're answering for any of the two scenarios that you would like to. Okay. Sorry about that. And step three, interact with at least two peers by replying to their comments. You should refer to the discussion protocol that we use in Classroom Daily. These are community guidelines. By this point, you should have already reviewed them. And once you have a good understanding of them, you would be able to complete this task. So before starting the activity, you should go ahead and review them so that you're much better able to comment later on. So each of the scenario slides look the same. I'm just going to show you scenario A. You would read the scenario. Obviously, you should have already done that. And then you first have to, right, looking at step one, you read all of them, which let's assume I did. Step two, answer these two questions for two of the scenarios. So what you would do is you would go to the slide of the scenario that you're commenting on and click on this plus sign comment box or icon box. And then you would just leave your comment here for the first question. And I have the reference here for you to be able to answer them without having to go back to the slide with the questions. All right, so your answers go here. And then once you've commented on two of the scenarios, you're then going to respond to at least two of your peers by referring to the discussion protocol that many of you have already been using daily. So the way you do that, it's almost the same, almost identical to commenting. The way I show you, the way I just showed you that you should do it. Instead of doing that, you would go to your classmate's comment that you would like to respond to, and you simply respond to it. And that is it. I want you to interact with as many of your peers as possible, but stick to the protocol and refer to the guidelines. Bye.